So we already know what we're getting ourselves into today. You see the title of this video. You clicked on it hopefully because you really enjoyed this tag. It has been around for years. I absolutely love this tag. This one and the end of the year book tag are two of my favorite tags to watch throughout the years, and I love the fact that I get to participate in them now. This is, I believe, my second year doing the Mid-Year Freakout tag. I just missed it the previous year, so I'm like so excited. I'm gonna leave my 2023 Mid-Year Freakout book tag down below and in a card for you. Go watch that after you watch this one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm kind of interested in what I said last year. And then I'm going to jump into everybody else's video because that's my little sweet treat for finishing this tag. Okay, let's just get into it. Oh, and by the way, hi, I'm Jen. This is Bookmark by Jen. Welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you stick around because we have some fun things. Also, I'm going to try my damnedest to link every book that I talk about if it is available down below as well for you. So there you go. Now let's get into the Mid-Year Freakout book tag with question number 1, which is the best book you've read so far in 2024. Okay, little aside again, I don't know anybody who can just name one thing, so I'm going to try really hard to limit my answers to just a couple books, but I mean, you guys, it's like, what are you in the mood for? I'm going to give you my favorite. But, okay, so the best books I've read so far, right off the bat, I read the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey, and it blew my mind. Lana is, quite frankly, she is such a strong heroine, but is like a little bit of my spirit animal, too. I absolutely love her. I think about that story so often. What else? Oh, Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Like, I never thought that I could fall so hard for a cinnamon roll hero, and it's just the emotions of that book was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal read. It was phenomenal. Okay, so we had the Evolution of Sin trilogy by Gianna Darling. Wow. Like, just wow. Wow. Everything about that was amazing. There's so many, but like those stick out the most to me right now. There's so many that were like really, really good, but those I keep coming back to. Alright, so question number 2. The best sequel you've read so far in 2024. We don't really read a lot of sequels. I don't read a lot of sequels. They're mainly a lot of interconnected series. However, going back to the Evolution of a Sin, that is a trilogy. The Secret is the second book. That was a good sequel. I really enjoyed that one. I don't know if you would consider this a sequel. It's kind of like a spin-off of the sequel, which is Proposition by Lucia Franco. It just came out. That is going to be in the new paperback of Say Yes, which is the sequel to Hush Hush. Question number 3. New release you haven't read yet, but want to. Like, so many. What do I have here? So, I have not read War and His Queen by Amo Jones. When We Lied by Claire Contreras. Been wanting to read that. You know what? I find myself as I've been reading clusters of books for recommendation videos, and I think after this next recommendation video that I'm doing, which I'm really enjoying, by the way, I think I'm just going to take a break from those types of videos and just read a bunch of shit and just tell you all about it. But what else? Okay, so any of the Pucking, Wrong, Enter, Said, Wrong Number, Wrong Man, Wrong Whatever, any of those books by C.R. James. I haven't read any of them, and they are supposed to be phenomenal. I was going to wait and kind of read a couple of them for, like, some sports romance recommendations, but honestly, like, I read a lot of the synopses for those books, and they are just, like, completely right up my alley and really something that I just want to read right now, so I might pick up the first of those books soon. There's a lot. I mean, that's not even, like, tipping the iceberg of anything that I want to read, but there's so much. I mean, we could be here for days. There's so much. Question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Again, there's so many. So we have Yours Truly by Daisy Jones, which is the next book which was, I said, oh, I didn't know if I told you, like, that was one of my favorite books of the year too, All My Love. I loved it. It was a little unconventional, a little bit different as far as I love the over-the-top heroine. So her sister's book is coming out really, really soon. That's yours truly. Then we have Beautiful Beast by Neva Altai, which is our next installment in the Perfectly Imperfect series. We have Story of Us by Lucia Franco. Like, can we please get some Avery Xavier, please? Dying here. Promise Me Not by Megan Brandy, which is like the next book from Say You Swear. I believe it's Mason's book. Oh my god, yes, I need that. I need that in my life. We have Asking for Trouble by Gianna Darling. That is our next Fallen Men. Yes. What else? The Heart of Frost and Scars by Pam Godwin. So I have not read any of that trilogy. I'm legit waiting for that book to come out. I think it comes out in August, so that I can then binge that series. We have The Consequence by Ashley Jade, which should be coming out soon. So then I can read The Choice and then The Consequence. Going back to The Pucking Wrong. So we have The Pucking Wrong Man, which is, I don't even know how many books. Like, I probably don't want to know, by C.R. Jane. That one's coming out. So I definitely need to read some more of those books. And then we have, Green Light by Jessie Hall is about to come out too. I'm missing so much there, you guys, but like those, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. All right, we are on to, what are we on to now? Question number 5, which is biggest disappointment. This one, first off, I don't like talking about books negatively. However, I don't know how I did this book or this question before, but I'm going to go with books that I was like really anticipating, not one-off books that I just happened to pick up and I didn't like, because there was a few of those. I even have a DNF, but I don't want to talk about those because even though I didn't like those books, I wasn't disappointed because I wasn't anticipating liking it. I wasn't disappointed because I've liked that author or those books before, if that makes sense. So in that vein, Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. I really enjoyed parts of that book, but it really didn't hit the mark for me. And the more time that goes by after me reading Taming 7, the more disappointed I got in that book. I don't feel like it gave the main characters justice. Like, I don't feel like it didn't give me justice. And I did give that book a rating higher than I probably should have or would have for any other book, but it was disappointing. What else disappointed me? Okay, so when I read this question, Taming 7, but then I also thought of the Summer series by Elizabeth O'Rourke. I absolutely love the first book, which was, I had to look it up, hold on, The Summer We Fell. It was just unique. I really loved that book, and I love Elizabeth O'Rourke's writing, but number 2 and number 3 didn't quite hit as much as the first one did. I liked the second one a little bit more than I liked the third one. I just had a really hard time. I had a hard time with my heroines, but I had a hard time with, I believe her name is Kate. She wasn't my favorite, and I was a little disappointed in that. So there we go. On to question number 6. Let's get out of the negative thoughts and go into positive, which is biggest surprise. Was it surprising? I don't know. So Say You Swear, I was hoping it was going to be good, but it took me for many loops and twists and turns, and you think something's going to happen, and then there's a twist, and then your heart gets broken, and then it mends, and then your heart gets broken, and then it was great. The Mindfuck series, I have to go back to that. When things are so hyped up and it still can surprise you, and you're still like, damn, when it really lives up to the hype for you, like, that is a good surprise. And you know what? So I'm going to talk about the series that I just recently found. It has been on a TBR for a really long time, like quite a few years, and I just haven't bit the bullet, especially because it is one of my favorite tropes. But there was mixed messages with this trilogy, which is actually not a trilogy, there's 4 books, but I bit the bullet. and I am obsessed now, and that is the Gabriel's Inferno trilogy. I don't really, what is that called? Oh my god, y'all. Surprised the shit out of me. I didn't realize how much I would love that. It's so much more than a teacher-student romance. There is this beautiful poetic prose that is just, I didn't know that I needed in my life. I am absolutely infatuated with that world. So there's that. That took me by complete surprise, and I've been in a little bit of a Gabriel coma for the last month, trying to read other things, but just still coming back to these books. So I will be talking about that a little bit later in a different video. But so moving on to question number 7, favorite new author. This could be a debut author or new to you. Definitely Daisy Jane. I really just, I mean, it was just refreshing. Like, I keep going back to that. I just really enjoyed her writing, and these sisters that she's created in this trilogy are just so fascinating to me. I cannot wait to read them. Like, we love those over the top heroes, but then we get these over the top heroines that are just, you know what, like, they're giving me Lana vibes. Do you know what I mean? But like, not Lana, but just they didn't go through what Lana did. I hope, but so far they haven't. They're strong, and I think I love that. Like, give me a strong woman any day, and I'm there for it. Also, we have, what else was new to me this year? J. Simon. Read her for a Rockstar romance recommendation, and I still haven't finished and continued on with that series, but really loved her writing. Read Megan Brandy for the first time this year. Really loved her writing. There's probably so many more, you guys. I mean, I could probably go on and on, as could I with a lot of these questions. Question number 8. Newest fictional crush. Okay, then we have favorite. Okay, so crush. My boy Noah. Say You Swear. He was an amazing crush. I got to go back to just the previous question, Gabriel. Again, like I said, I have been obsessed. The one-liners, the just poeticness of, I could go on about this man. Noah, I love you. I mean, I'm sure, like, I need to come up with, like, some dirty talking man, but, like, they both. Noah, he can be dirty. Gabriel, he's dirty, and, like, we're gonna go with those. Okay. Question 9. Newest favorite character. Immediately, I have to go back to Lana Meyer, because I will pick a strong heroine over anything all day long, and so we got to go with some Lana Meyer, because that girl, like I said, is my spirit animal. She captivated me. She overcame so much, and I'm infatuated with her. There is, I mean, like, I could go on. There are so many, and I'm trying to think of, like, other characters I really liked, or females especially that I really liked, and, like, that's all I got right now. Off the top of my head, that was, I don't know. I feel like I'm not doing my girls justice right now. I'm probably going to be editing this and coming up with so many. But I also don't want to make this video too terribly long. Question number 10. Books that made you cry. Any of the books that I've talked about here today, honestly. I cried at Mindfuck. I cried at Say You Swear. I wept at Say You Swear. I cried multiple times in each one of the books at multiple parts on the Gabriel's Inferno, Rapture, Redemption, Promise. I could talk about a certain scene and start crying right now, because, my God, it's just like, y'all, have y'all read this? I'm just gonna say, like, I don't like anything other than first person narrative. This was a long time ago. I say that, but I mean, really, they were published a while ago, so they aren't in first person. And I thought it was gonna take it away, but y'all, have you read these? Is it just me? I don't know. Okay, next up, books that made you happy. Oh, so many books made me happy. Oh, you know what one comes to mind that I haven't talked about yet is Older by Jennifer Hartman. I absolutely love that soundtrack. So it's set in the 90s, which is like basically when I grew up, and it's just, I mean, I loved it. It was like really all things 90s, but especially that playlist. I loved how she incorporated the actual music and the playlist into parts of the book. The characters were listening to these songs, and so we were talking about them, and they had a meaning to our characters. They had a meaning for the story, and that just made me so happy. It was very nostalgic, and it just made me happy. I loved it. It still makes me happy when I think about it. Let's see. Also, that was a gorgeous cover, by the way. Okay, let's move on. Question number 12. Most beautiful book you bought so far this year or received. I feel like this is one of the hardest questions for me to get, because I also feel like this question is, I don't know, I feel like it's for special editions. It doesn't have to be, because so many books are beautiful. But I feel like this is when people bust out their special editions. I don't have any. I would love to be able to buy special editions maybe one day. It's just not in the cards for me now. But I love pretty books. I mean, it's gorgeous. The cover is gorgeous. I got another edition, so we've got two Say You Swears. I just love the colors. Like, I think they're beautiful. I just like books with pretty covers. I don't know. That one's kind of a floozy. All right, we are on to our last question, which is question number 13. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? All of them. I feel like this is what I say all the time. All of them. I need to read all of them. Okay, but you know what? I have my little book planner here, and I'm going to flip over, because I did at the beginning of the year put in some books that I specifically wanted to get to, new releases and just books that I haven't gotten to. I can't find the stupid page, so bear with me. But okay, this is the embarrassing thing. So books that have been around that I haven't read, that I swear to God I'm gonna read. Between Hello and Goodbye, the Grip trilogy. The Grip trilogy? I haven't read that one. Sea of Ruin. I put this on my TBR every godforsaken month, and I don't read it. I have it. I'm going to read it again. It goes back to the after this trope recommendation video that I'm doing, that I'm reading for, that I will be finished with soon. I am just going to read stuff, and a lot of it is going to be physical books that I have in my collection, and then also things that I need to read. Okay, so Sea of Ruin. There is, what else do I have? I already said War and His Queen. I already said the Pam Godwin trilogy that will be coming out, but I'm waiting. So that's why. Madam by Sarah Kate. Still haven't read that. I said When We Lied by Claire Contreras. What else? I said that one. Yeah, so those are books that I need to read. Okay, so there you go. That is all for the Mid-Year Freakout Book Tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do this tag, please tag me so I can go and watch you. I cannot wait to see what everybody's answers are. Otherwise, pick a question and answer it down in the comments for me. I'd love to hear your answers. I hope that you guys are doing great. Let me know what you guys have been up to. I'm going to catch you in my next video, but until next time, happy reading. Bye.
You draw me in slowly, brown eyes staring.